BWOne here from BWOne.com. I'm gonna give you my review of the Barnes & Noble Nook tablet. Okay, before we get into our review of the Nook tablet, I want to remind you guys that we have a tablet review section on our website at BWOne.com. It's a page dedicated to all the tablets we reviewed all this year. There's been so many that have come out. It's going to include tablets and e-readers. The link to that is BWOne.com/tablet-reviews. The link will be in the description down below, so definitely check that out. You can see all the postings we did for each tablet, each video we've done for it. It's all going to be in one collective page for each of the tablets that we've done, so check that out. So this is the Nook tablet. It's the update from the Nook that came out a year ago, and it is still running Android 2.3 Gingerbread with a heavily customized UI. It has a 7-inch display, nice and vivid display. You have the physical buttons here that are embedded on the side. Here you have the power button and you have the volume buttons here. You have the micro USB port here at the bottom, and at the top you have a 3.5mm headphone jack. Now, one of the things I'm not a fan of is this little kind of hook here. I'm not sure why this is here. It gives it a very toyish look. It kind of makes the whole surrounding border very sort of kid-like, toyish-like. Not a real big fan of that. The color scheme that they've chosen and top border here is really nice. Gives it more of an adult, very nice look to it. But the borders and this hook here just kind of make it seem like a little bit of a toy kind of a feel to it. It does have a nice solid weight to it. It's little weighty in the middle, but overall it's nice. Here on the back you have the nice soft touchback finish, so it does feel comfortable in the hand. You have the speaker down here at the bottom, and then you have the weirdest location for a 3.5, I'm sorry, it's not 3.5, micro SD card slot that I've ever seen. Really weird location for this. You wouldn't even know that it's there if you didn't look back here, if you didn't read the directions. You know, a lot of people don't like to read directions when they open up their stuff, so they could open up, not even know they could expand their storage unless they were told, because it's hiding right here in the back, so I don't know if that's by design or not. Now, it does come with 16 gigabytes of built-in storage, but unfortunately only 1 gigabyte of that is available to you to sideload your own content on. And the rest of it is pretty much dedicated for the Barnes & Noble OS, the Android OS, and the Nook UI on top of it, and any Barnes & Noble content that you download. So if you're going to add anything else and you're going to use more than 1 gigabyte, you're going to need to have a micro SD card slot. Just in case you don't know, it's right back here where you can add that card slot there. So it supports up to 32 gigabytes. Alright, we'll power it on here. We'll take a look at the Nook UI here itself. And you can see this heavily customized UI. It's very familiar. It kind of has that Android familiarity with it because of the desktops, but other than that, you really wouldn't know this is an Android tablet. We did an extensive overview of the OS, so definitely check out that video that we did on that. You can do cool things like expand how big the your icons are. You can drag pretty much anything over. You can open, view, and remove just that easily. You have the top up here to go to specific content. This is a magazine that I was reading, so you can see kind of what the magazines look like on here. You have it's pretty nice overall sort of look to it. Very formatted very well for the tablet. You can hit the end button here, and it brings up sort of this home menu bar here. We'll go back to home, and we'll actually kind of swipe through to show you some of our. This is sort of your most recent content opened and stuff like that. Open up the Christmas Charlie Brown Christmas. The cool thing about this is they have interactive books, so you can have it where you can have, you know, read myself, or you can read and play, or read and record. So if you hit read and play, it will actually
Charlie Brown Christmas by Charles M. Schultz.
You can see the little animations. It has sort of nice interactive with it. You can swipe along. You can see the snow. There's even places where, let's see if we can get to it here.
In the auditorium, the whole Peanuts gang danced to a jazzy tune that Schroeder played
skip between different pages to navigate that way.
Walked onto the stage. Let's get right down to work,
and so you can,
he said.
See as I'm tapping on Schroeder there, kind of moves.
Am I right?
It's pretty cool, nice interactive way about, you know, reading your books to your kids and stuff like that. I actually like that. Pretty cool stuff. Yeah, Netflix and Hulu, and we've done videos on that for movies and things of that nature. You can add your own media as well too. Plus you have the dedicated Android apps for Showtime, Fandango, Ustream, so if you have subscriptions to those, you can download it on here and view your content. It has music, same idea, you can sideload your own music, but if you have Rhapsody, Groove Shark, you have Pandora, you can use that as well and listen to it right here on the tablet. That's really nice too. And you have added apps as well too. There's an email client, which is nice, so you can get your email in here with it as well too. And they include a Sudoku chess, but you can get Angry Birds if you want to. I can't find the free version of Angry Birds, and it looks like they only have the paid version. But it's just an idea of sort of how, when you want to buy content out of it, how it sort of looks here. You can see recommended content there, customer reviews, screenshots, all that stuff. You can buy directly from it just like that. Alright, and let's take a look at a book here. Obviously, you want to read a book, you can take a look at how the book looks. You can see, and you can do some different changes with this as well. You can navigate via the bar there. You can go to a specific page, you can go back, you can find specific content if you want to. You can see how the on-screen keyboard kind of looks there. It's a little cramped, I would say, for the on-screen keyboard, so you make sure you want to type. You have to type at a little bit of a slow pace to be very accurate. Well, actually open this up again. You can see you can change the text size if you want a little bit smaller of text. You can do it like that. Line spacing, margins. You can change the theme, the font, all that type of stuff here. Adjust your brightness as well. You can see there. Pretty cool stuff. And as you're reading through the book, and if it's a book that you own and you want to bookmark a page, you'll easily see a. Let's see if we can get the book that has that. I think this might have it here. We get into the book, you can easily sort of add a little bookmark up there. You can add it to bookmark that page. You can also tap on the content if you want to highlight it, note, share, look up, and things of that nature too. Stuff that you normally see inside of an e-reader here. Now, as you can see, as I navigate through, and one of the things that you'll notice about the operating system is kind of everywhere. There really isn't sort of this one. It doesn't really feel like it's very streamlined and smooth as you would like it to be. It seems like you got to go in and out of everything. Can't really go from one thing to the other as easily as you would want to. It seems like you always have to come back sort of this home menu. This bar kind of helps with that a little bit, but you're gonna notice it's a little herky-jerky, and it's not as responsive as I would like it to be. This is the browser real quickly here, and it's your typical Android browser. It does support Flash as it reloads this page here, and it's as fast as you would expect it to be. It's not anything blazing, but anything with blazing speed. You can see right there. You can see the pinch to zoom. All right, you see how it looks in landscape mode there. There, pinch to zoom, smooth, but kind of swiping through and stuff like that. It's a little herky-jerky, but that's really because we're on a there's a lot of Flash content in here. Go ahead and come back here, scroll up to the top, try and go to another web page. Just go over to BWOne.com. We'll load that up. It's everybody's favorite website, of course. Might load the mobile page first, not sure. Depending on the browser. Okay, so it loads up our full page there. So you get an idea of the speed on it. Zoom in and out like that. Like that. There you go. Just giving just another idea of how the browser looks. Pretty cool stuff. The browser's decent, like I said, typical Android. Nothing too spectacular. And one of the cool things is here, as you see, as I'm going through different things, you notice these icons that show up. It's for any content that I have running that's allowed to sort of run in the background. So if I want to jump to one place and then I want to jump to look up something and want to go back to my book right after, you can easily do that by hitting that icon. It brings you right back here to the book. But it helps out, but it's still, the OS kind of feels a little, like I said, a little bit of everywhere. It seems like you go in and out of things instead of really kind of having that smooth transition from one place to another. A little bit more sort of everything's kind of tied into one another. It feels a little kind of like nothing's really connected as well as it should be. And there's a little bit of sluggishness at times with response time, especially when I want to, like if I want to change a wallpaper. Like I said, if I change it there, sometimes it takes a couple seconds. Then it finally changes it, where it should probably change it instantly there. You see it took a little bit of time there. And that can be the case with loading up some books and some other things as well too. It can take a little bit of time. But overall, the Nook tablet, if you're a Nook fan, you're already invested in the Barnes & Noble ecosystem, this is definitely a good tablet to grab there for you if you're really into everything Barnes & Noble. Overall, I would say it needs some software patches to it to probably make it a little more smoother and really kind of redesign sort of the way you navigate around this to make it just a little bit more just like I said, a little more streamlined going between your media and your content and stuff. Now, that's not saying that this isn't usable, because I think this is still user friendly, but I think they can improve it a little bit more, especially against the competition out there. I think something like the Kindle Fire has a little bit easier interface, and it's a little bit more sort of responsive, even though it does have, that has its jerks, you know, herks and jerks here as well too, but this feels a little bit sluggish, and it feels just a little over maybe even over engineered. Maybe that's one way to say it. I'm not sure if that's the right way to say it there, but they have something here, but they can definitely improve upon the UI here itself. And for $20 to $50, it's I would wait till the price drops on this just a little bit if you're not fully invested in Barnes & Noble content, because like I said, you only get 1 gigabyte available to you, so you're gonna have to buy another micro SD card, so that's gonna add on to the cost there as well too. And overall, it's an okay tablet. It gets some pretty good battery life. Haven't had a problem with that, but I would say there's some better tablets at a little bit of a cheaper price range than this. So this is BWOne here from BWOne.com, reminding you, subscribe to our YouTube page, follow us on Twitter, become a fan of our Facebook fan page. Also check us out at on Google Plus, so make sure you circle us on Google Plus as well. Subscribe to our RSS feeds. Also, you can pin us on the new YouTube homepage, so be sure to pin us on there as well too. And check out BWOne.com/tablet reviews. It's gonna have all our tablet reviews right there, tablet dash reviews. You can check that. All that links, all that stuff I said is in the description. And always remember to live your tech world in high definition.